Hi guys, welcome back to another crochet progress vlog. So today I'll be crocheting the Hashira Tomioka Giyu. I'm not sure what his name is supposed to be called, so I'm just gonna say Tomioka. And here is his base body so far. So starting off as usual, the bottom of his feet is white, and then I'm transitioning up to black, and then we're gonna be transitioning up to white again for the legs, and the rest of his outfit is all in black. I also created these little pants separately, which I attach on round 14 when I joined it to the body. And then moving on to the top part, we have Magnolia Way by Crafter's Secret for the skin color. Now for his eyes, they're a little bit different. Recently I decided to try painting my safety eyes with some paint markers and a Sharpie, and for his eyes I tried to make them blue to match what I see in the reference photo, and his eyes are the first pair that I ever painted, so hopefully it looks decent. I think it looks pretty cool actually, and I placed them on as usual. Then I took my white yarn to put it where the iris color would usually be, so this will now represent like the white parts of the eye, but in normal cases they are supposed to represent the iris color. And then for his eyelids, I'm giving him the cornerless eyes because I think it matches his eye shape pretty well. And yeah, that is pretty much the overall update. Oh yeah, and also the shoes also have sandal straps, which I'm using the color, I think it was navy. I took my yarn needle and then sewed on the straps, but I also took my fabric glue and glued them on to place so it looks like he's wearing sandals. Did that identically for both legs, and it's pretty dark so you can barely see it. I almost forgot about that detail, but yeah, that's that. And here is the overall update for the body, and here's the back side. Hi guys, welcome back to the next update. So here is the rest of his outfit. Starting off with the belt on round 14, I'm using white yarn. I chained it. Then after that, I went ahead and sewed it onto his waist over his pants. Then after that, I'm taking my silver yarn by Yarn Bees and sewing on the belt buckle to the middle of the belt strap. Next, I'm taking my honey yarn by Yarn Bees. I created 3 little knots, and then I simply took my broken felt tip needle and stabbed it right onto the chest area. And I put like 2 rows in between each knot. So then there's 3 of them. And then up next right here is the choker, which I used black yarn. It's supposed to be like the collar of their outfit, so I'm just calling it the choker for my notes. And then I took white yarn and glued the edges around the black part of the choker, and then simply glued it onto his neck. And then finally right here, I took white yarn and simply just sewed on this little slit for the little outfit details. And the back side is supposed to have the kanji for destroy, but since he's going to be wearing an outerwear, I'm just going to cover it anyways, so I don't need to show that part. And then for the hair cap, he has black hair. I'm using 4 inner rounds and 4 outer rounds. And yeah, this is the overall look so far. Oh right, and also the arms. I always forget about the arms. He has skin and it transitions to black for both sides to match his uniform. And I'll be back with you. Okay, so up next we'll be making the jacket. Here's the first piece I created using burgundy yarn by Impeccable, both pieces separately. And then once you're done with this piece, you will start on this one using green yarn and yellow yarn, but this green one right here I'm using is called Fern by Impeccable, which I started from the bottom and then work way up. And after every 2 stitches I will switch colors, green to yellow, back and forth, amount of rows that I mentioned in the notes. And this is what it looks like on the front side. Here is the back side. It's a little bit messier. So in terms of attaching it, I just wanted to make note that I am leaving this long strand right here to sew the pieces together. And here is this side. You want it to be facing this way where there is 3 stitches on the outer part. And same thing with this side. There's 3 stitches on the outer part. So that's how you know it's the inside. And then simply going to sew it in the middle. That way they will be connected. Hey guys, welcome back to another update. So after completing off the jacket, here it is. I'll be now putting it on the doll. And I also went ahead and created their sleeves. So we got 2 sleeves. Both are like the same amount. They're just different colors to match each side, of course. I tried to make the length a little bit shorter than the pants, because I think that's what it shows in the reference photo. So now moving on to his hair. I will now be referencing to my Ninki hair tutorial pattern. If you want to know how to create anime style hairs like I do, links to my Ninki hair tutorial pattern in the description box below. And now for his hair, starting on this side, I am using an 8-chain. And pretty much all of his bangs will be covered with 8 chains. They're just pointing down in certain directions. I actually start off with the middle because I think starting off with the middle helps me figure out the rest of the hair easier. I like to do like an 8-chain right here. It's pointing down facing this way, and then we have another 8-chain slightly curled right here. It's a very minor detail that I like to add on. Little curls on the side. See, it's like little curls because I noticed that his hair does tend to curl out a bit. And then here are some of the 8 chains on the other side, and overall this is what it looks like so far. Backside got nothing yet, and his hair pretty much just flares out, and I believe he also has a really bushy horsetail on the back. It's like really fluffy but it looks kind of spiky, so that's gonna be fun to do. And yeah, this is the current update so far. What do you guys think of the jacket? It's pretty simplified. I know there's like orange on here, which I could just sew on some orange little stripes and stuff, and then maybe even add on dark green, but I'm gonna keep it simple for y'all. So I hope this is doable. Be back with the next update. Guys, welcome back to another quick update. I added a few more 8-chain strands along the side right here, poking outwards. We got 1, 2, and 3. On the other side, I have one more 8-chain, pointing slanted. And then here's another one on top. And I believe the top part of his head is pretty rounded, it's flat. And here's what it looks like so far. I also added another 8-chain right here on this side, and on this side, I'm gonna leave this room right here to have the strands kind of like poof out. And yeah, this is the current update so far. I'm just filling in the rest of the space with 8 chains to make it flat. Hey guys, welcome back to the final update for the hair. I added a few more of these little spiky strands right here. Just try to add one in like between these two, and then one more right here on the back side between these two. Here's what it looks like on the back side. They're just kind of like layered over. And I tried to like make them down. Sometimes over time, these little strands do tend to curl upwards, and I just kind of like flatten them down. And then the other side as well. I think there's one more little curl right here, so that way it's like in between. And yeah, I think he has more strands poking up on this side than this side, so I'm just gonna leave like that. And then for the back side, this is supposed to be the little horsetail ponytail thing. I should have made it more bushy, but at the same time, it's like I don't want it to be too much in the back because I have to display them on my doll risers, and when it's too bulky, it won't stay in place, so I don't want my dolls falling back. But anyways, I created these 3 little strands and then simply just glued them on right here. It looks like the shape of a T, and then I just kind of like curled them forward to create that illusion. At least on the side, it looks like he has like a little horsetail, ponytail. Oh my gosh, I keep wanting to say pigtail, but I know it's not pigtails. And then I just fill up the rest of the edges with 8 chains along the bottom because his hair is quite long, goes downwards. And then the rest of the head is simply all in 8 chains. It's all flat. This entire thing is pretty much filled with 8 chains and nothing else. And yeah, there we go. We have Tomioka completely finished, front and back side. I feel like the most colorful thing is really his jacket and maybe his blue eyes. Overall, pretty simple doll to do. And again, thanks to those who support me monthly on Ko-fi, as it really helps fund my supplies. I now include little progress blogs every time I make freehand dolls, which are available to monthly subscribers. And I'll be continuing to make more Demon Slayer dolls. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!